Hello everyone, how's everyone doing today? Today is September 8th. It is a Friday and it is sunny outside, although it is getting cold here. We'll see how long I can keep going with the window open before I start needing a sweater. Sorry, I'm peeved because YouTube bought something with YouTube ain't want to work. This isn't working good. Well, and I can't get a refresh token. I can't even log in because fuck, something happened somewhere and I don't know what's happening. So right now, the only bot that's available is on Twitch. So if you're on YouTube, watching on YouTube, and you just want to use the bot commands, you will need to use Twitch. Okay, well, where are we? We just finished all of the quests in the town that I can't. Caelid, yeah! We just finished all the quests in Caelid. And now we are going to see instructor Sarah to figure out to ask her what she wants us to do. So let's just go do that because I have spent 13 minutes trying to make an Actbot work with YouTube and it's just not. So we're just as me short term. I'm sorry, everyone. That's what we get though, trying to mess with the bot, right? Oh, we just finished buying as many weapons as we could with the limited amount of money we had, and then we agreed that, let's just do the story and then we probably might get some more money. Don't give a crap. The one paid. Oh my god, are you mad at Sarah? What's going on? It sounds like something's happening over at the market. There's to be some manner of dispute occurring. I wonder what's up. Should we go take a look? Yeah, let's go and see. Oh, right, I need to change my Twitch tags. Do you know why? Because I actually went on to the YouTubes. Oh my god, I'm just gonna watch this. Nah, I went on to YouTube and said, hey, what tags should I use?
Alright.
And somebody said, first playthrough, and I have that on, first playthrough. First L playthrough? What the fuck's first L playthrough? There you go, first playthrough. First PLAY. Looks like they're the same. First playthrough. Alright, cool. Done. X. Let's go see what's happening at the Grand Market. Oh, I forgot what's at the Grand Market that we need to go to. Sometimes I wish you could jump. Don't give me that crap. This is my spot. I paid for it, so it's mine. I'm the one who paid for this spot. Look, I've even got the permit for it. Stop lying to me and vamoose. May I ask what the problem is? Perhaps we can help in some way. There seems to be some question over which of these two gentlemen gets control of this area to set up his stall. The young merchant over there is local, while the merchant wearing the suit is from the capital. So they're both claiming the same spot. How odd. Permits for the market are issued by the provincial ruling's lord. So for Celtic that would be... This isn't good. We must stop them. Who are you? Unhand me at once. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but violence isn't going to solve anything. You both need to calm yourselves. You've been worked into a rage. Ugh. It's first of the day. We'll get there. 1 second. What are you, high schoolers? This has nothing to do with you meddling kids. We're having a mature discussion here, and I'll thank you not to interfere. Since when was grabbing a person by the neck been considered mature? If you truly intend to have a mature discussion, perhaps you should try acting more like adults. What did you say to me? We're students from Thor's Military Academy. We're currently visiting this town on a field study. And while we're not yet formal members of the army, I'm afraid we cannot simply walk by and ignore a fight in such a public place. A military academy, so they're a bunch of soldiers in training. What in Adios' name is happening here? Oh, look what you've done. Manager Otto. I've been filled in on what happened. I understand both of you have a permit for the same stall. Is that correct? Yeah. And both permits expired at the same time, too. What's the meaning of this? I understand your concerns, but fighting over it here is greatly inconveniencing the other customers. I'll be happy to discuss the matters in private, but I'll need you to ask you both to put your differences aside until it's been resolved. Okay, I guess. Well, that was a close one. Seems like everything is going to be fine now. Hi, Derivative. Can I help you? Can I help you, baby? With your little tail? With your fluff tail? Little fluff? You can see your little fluff. You can see your fluff tail. Fluff tail. Fluff tail. Fluff tail. Yeah, guess he's the guy in charge. I really appreciate the four of you stepping in to help defuse the situation. Though I suppose I should expect no less from the infamous Class 7 I've heard so much about. How did you know about Class 7? My name is Otto. I'm the manager of Celtic's Grand Market. I have some things to discuss with you if you'd be so kind as to come along. I'll treat you to some tea. Why are you sniffing there? Little girl. I need there to be music for first of the day, you know? So, you were responsible for choosing our assignments. That is a giant couch. Indeed. Prince Orvantic is an old friend of mine, you see. He asked me to personally select a few tasks that you might be able to complete. Well, that was nice of him. We appreciate your consideration as well. It was no trouble at all. Likewise, I'm grateful to you for taking some troublesome tasks off my hands, and I can't thank you enough for your help at the market. If you hadn't been there, I imagine someone would have wound up getting hurt. I'm just glad we got there when we did. So both merchants would be taking turns using the same stall at the front of the market? That's right. Both of their permits are genuine, but their merchandise and temperaments don't lend themselves to sharing a space. Eventually, they agreed on a compromise, where they will each make use of the front stall on alternate weeks. The other stall we reserved is near the back of the market, however, so who's ever relegated there will likely see far lower sales numbers. That's better than nothing, I guess, but still really unfortunate. I must admit I do find this whole matter quite perplexing. To my knowledge, the issue, of market permits is the sole responsibility of each province's ruling lord. For a mistake such as this to have been made in the first place raises some rather unpleasant questions. That's true. It's a lord's duty to control the flow of goods. If he can't handle it, the local economy could really suffer. Quite right. Ordinarily, that responsibility would fall onto the Duke's household. The Duke? The Cruzan province is ruled by Duke Albera, one of the foremost powerful nobles in the entire country, but lately, the situation surrounding the Duke's household has been getting a bit, complicated. Complicated? A few months ago, he increased the sales tax for our market rather significantly, and with a large percentage of their profits being taken from them, the merchants have become to get rather desperate. Fights like the one you saw earlier are becoming more and more commonplace. I see. Sales tax is something which should not be raised without careful consideration. History has shown us how damaging such actions can be. I've never heard of anything like that happening in the capital. Have you, tried raising objections to the increase? Of course. I've even gone to Berahard numerous times to petition the Duke personally. They always just drive me away at the gate without listening to a word I have to say. This has been going on for roughly 2 months now. If that's the case, the mix-up with the permits may be more than just an accident. Are you suggesting they might be getting careless when dealing with markets, or maybe they're deliberately trying to cause problems? I don't think it's a good idea to jump to conclusions, but I will say that before all this began, the soldiers in the guardhouse absolutely would have intervened in a scuffle like that. Oh? Unlike the Imperial Army, a provincial army's main priority is maintaining the status quo throughout their territory. So mediating arguments which threaten that status quo should absolutely fall within the scope of their duties. Correct. It seems that, unless we accept this tax increase, they intend to turn a blind eye to the market. The commanding officer at the guardhouse has even made comments suggesting as much. That's not right at all. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be talking about matters like this with you. This is strictly an internal affair to be dealt with among us merchants. You have no reason to concern yourselves with it. You need to be focused on your field study. And I'll have a new list of tasks for you tomorrow morning as well. You will? So you were asked to prepare some each day of our visit then? That's right. Got a few difficult ones in mind too, but I'm sure you're up for them. At least, I hope you are. Don't worry, we are. We'll do our very best to meet your expectations. Alright, everyone, it is... not 15, 24 minutes past the half hour. You know what that means. That is time for the first sip of the day. This is when we as a community come together and do one physical action together to make us feel more like a community. That physical action is cheering, which means y'all need something to drink, so if y'all could go ahead and grab your favorite drink of choice. Whether that may be coffee, tea, beer, water, juice, kombucha, papaya juice, watermelon juice, infused water, infused milk, infused coffee, mixed berry juice, chai, tea, lemonade, scotch, gin, whiskey, rye, rum, bourbon, brandies, Bailey, chipsa, cognac, wine, champagne, and moonshine, absinthe, or sake. And everyone, cheers for making it through the week. Ding.
All right.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by Rent a Gamer. Are you looking for a gaming companion for your next gaming session? Are you tired of pairing up with randoms who just aren't that good, or they want to do their own thing and you really want to collaborate with someone, really have a heart-to-heart with them? Well,
all right.
If that's the case, Rent a Gamer can be used for your next gaming session. Rent a Gamer is a gaming companionship service where you get to rent a gamer. These gamers aren't just anybody, they know what they're doing, and they will treat you like the person you are. They will give you respect and make sure that you have a fun gaming session so much that by the end you'll feel relaxed and be like, yeah, that was nice. If this seems like something you're interested in, or you would like to know more information, please contact me on Twitter, or YouTube, or Discord, or Reddit, technically, if you want to. Just look for Active Fireball, and you will find me. And as a little added spicy spice to get the ball rolling, your first session, 60 minutes, is free. If that sounds like a good idea, contact me. You won't regret it. So a new season of Pokemon Unite dropped yesterday. And I've never played in a ranked game, so StarCraft 2, anything with a ladder, when the season has changed. So I don't know if this is just because I'm really bad and I got higher in the ladder than I should have, or it's just because I'm paired with a lot of people who are better than me right now as the ladders is trying to be figured out. But damn it, right. Darren. I'm tired of this. What? There's basic, great, expert, veteran, and I don't know the other ones. So I am at expert. And I was about to get to veteran. Was playing ranked, and I lost 3 matches in a row. I'm like, I've played with this Pokemon before. I shouldn't be losing this hard. But I was. So I then went back, so I went to unranked and did like 3 or 4 matches on unranked, and I still didn't perform that well. Like, this is so weird. I'm experimenting with boost emblems and held items. I read that the rock helmet doesn't do exactly what we thought it was going to do. Because it, see, here's the thing, like, Pokemon Unite is like, in the description of the held item, it says, when a certain amount of damage has been done, then your attacks will hurt people. Then when they hurt you, it'll hurt people. I'm like, well, what the fuck is a certain amount of damage? 10%. When you get hit with a single attack, that does 10% of your health. Then, the next time they hit you, they will be damaged as well. Oh. Because I had it on my tanks. I had it on Snorlax and Mamoswine. Because it's like, well, you're going to keep hitting me, and I'm just not going to lose health that much, so let's damage you. But then I noticed, after a few games on ranked yesterday, that no one was losing damage when they were hitting me. Which is really weird. And from watching other people play Mamoswine or Crustle, they have much better health pool than I do, and they are super hard to kill. But I'm not. I'm squishy as fuck. Well, not squishy as fuck. Pikachu's more squishy, but I'm playing a Snorlax or Mamoswine, and I get killed super fast and wondering, what the hell am I doing wrong? And that is the bane of my existence when it comes to video games that I'm not good at, is going, what am I doing wrong? But not being creative enough to figure that out. To be able to figure out, oh, what am I doing wrong? This Geo was the same way. It wasn't until I played online on stream that someone said, oh, no, you need to do the item world first. The story is just to see how good you've done. I'm like, oh, why did the game tell me that? But I am experimenting. For example, I realized, Snorlax is a, one is with the boost emblems. It was just to get, all whites to increase my HP, and then some blues and some, I think, reds for defense and special defense. But that, that reduced my HP, it reduced defense. I'm like, okay, cool. So my next iteration of the Pokemon tokens was to never decrease my attack. No, to never decrease my special defense or HP. Then I realized, wait a minute, Snorlax and Mamoswine are physical attackers. It doesn't matter how far my special attack goes down. Okay, so now when I'm adding boost emblems, I just have to worry about make sure my HP doesn't go down, make sure my defense doesn't go down, and make sure my special defense doesn't go down. That's good. It's still not good enough for some reason. I don't know why. So I saw this thing online. It suggested to, instead of using 6 whites, use 4 blues and 4 reds and 2 whites. I'll try that. I also need to try different held items to to just give myself a bigger HP pool, because everyone else I see has a much bigger HP pool than I do, and I'm just always wondering, how did you do that? So it is slightly annoying, and I don't enjoy it, because I don't enjoy when I go, why am I doing so bad? And I can figure out the answer to why am I doing so bad. It's not fun. You know, let's continue, shall we? Thank you for listening to my rant, I appreciate it. That all sounds really unfair. Yeah, I agree. Provincial lords have the duty and the right to decide upon and collect taxes in the regions they control. And as long as that remains the case, there's not really much the general populace can do to stand against them. I'm reluctant to comment on how others choose to rule their own territories, but harassing one's people like this seems clearly inappropriate. I've heard many rumors about the current head of House Albera. The current head is Eustace's dad, right? So couldn't we ask Eustace for some help here? I doubt there's anything he could do. Among the nobility, decisions made by the head of the house are absolute. And since the Alberas represent one of the 4 great houses, that old tradition is absolutely guaranteed to be alive and well. The Emperor himself is probably the only one with more power than the heads of the 4 great houses. Guess that's a no then. I see you're all busy mulling things over. Excellent! Excellent! Hello, Instructor Sarah. Instructor Sarah, what brings you here? I figured it was about time for me to get going. Group B is not getting anything done as expected, so I'm off to help sort them out. What? You're going to see Group B now? The town of Parham is a considerable distance from here. Parham, sorry. Parham and New Parham from Grundia. Now, you let me worry about that. You 4 are perfectly capable of looking after yourselves anyway, right? Put your heads together and think. And I'm certain you'll see what you need to do. Adios be with you. Adios with you. I'll be looking forward to your report. I can't believe it. It's as though she knows exactly what's going on. Even though she spent the whole day drinking at the end. Can't you read minds or something? I'd suggest we return to our rooms and rest for the night in any case. We still have our reports to write, so an early dinner seems wise. Yeah, you're right. I'm so tired. Me too. I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep at the dinner table without even making it to my bed. Alright. I guess we're all kind of together. It's not uncommon to see some problems spring up here in Caldic. It's a merchant town after all. So long as some people profit, there's always gonna be others who end up losing a lot. This is a whole different thing though. I genuinely feel sorry for them. If they'd lost money due to their own lack of skill, that would be one thing, but this isn't their fault.
That was delicious. Those were some seriously fresh vegetables too.
Yeah, nothing beats food made from local ingredients.
My derivative. Oh, my backpacks? Oh, no, my backpack is not in the way. Oh. Oh. What the fuck, second camera? Ah. Now you can see cats.
I quite enjoyed the rye bread myself.
I suppose this whole field study thing isn't so bad when you take the menu into account. I wonder what the others in Group B are doing right now.
Fighting.
Somehow, I doubt they're sitting around a table and talking like we are.
That would certainly be a shock if they were. I can't help but question what exactly Class 7's purpose is, though. Instructor Sarah says it's about Arcus, but I don't think that's the only reason we've been brought together.
I'm certain it's not. If that were all, today's field study tasks would serve little purpose.
It seems as though she's trying to make us experience, I don't know, things. Like all kinds of things, big and small. What I can't wrap my head around, though, is why.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to put everything in its place, why don't you just go with the flow for a change? It seems like you're desperately trying to find something. But if you don't plant yourself somewhere, you're just gonna blow away with the next big gust that comes along.
What do we have to offer one another, when our reasons for enrolling at Thor's in the first place are undoubtedly very different?
Our reasons?
I hadn't considered that.
My reason for enrolling was quite simple. I aim to come ever closer to my goal. Or rather, to the person whom I regard as such.
Who's that?
This is neither the time nor the place to discuss such matters. Best to save that topic for another day.
That seems, I mean, she doesn't have to say, it's her right. You know, she, like, I don't want to talk about that, but I guess that's a more diplomatic way to just say, I don't want to talk about that.
What about you, Elisa? Why did you enroll at the academy?
Elisa, not Alyssa. Damn it, Elisa. I guess
There's
there's
no
an
one
I in
single
there.
reason, but I think I just wanted to assert my independence. I mean, my situation back at home isn't exactly ideal, and this seemed like a good way to get out and do more, I guess.
I see.
It sounds like I'm probably in the minority then. See, I wasn't intending on coming here at all originally. I wanted to do something completely different.
You did?
Oh yeah, you said you were really hoping you'd get into a music academy, right?
Oh?
Well, I wasn't that serious about it or anything. What about you, Reen?
Look at those NPCs not moving. This is empty for being a restaurant at night?
You're the last holdout, and since you're the one who brought it up, it's only fair you answer the question too.
Me? I wanted to find myself, I guess.
Find yourself?
Huh?
Sorry. That makes it sound like a much bigger deal than it actually is. That's the best way I can think of to put it, though.
Nothing wrong with that. Going on a journey of self-discovery? It's actually a pretty cool answer.
Yeah, I had no idea you were such a romanticist. You sure don't come across as one.
I shouldn't have said anything.
So, you want me to wake you up at 6 tomorrow, right? Yes, please. We only have until tomorrow evening, so we need to get an early start. We really appreciate it. Not a problem at all. Have a good night. Good night. Which means she has to get up before 6.
But we're not actually going to sleep yet, are we? Not until we write our reports for the day.
I want to shut off my brain so badly right now, but it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon.
She seems to have forgotten all about the room situation. I'm not about to remind her. I remember
Reen?
there was a day when I was younger. I think after high school, I took a class. I took a camera. I'll wait.
I was unsure whether to ask or not, but I've decided that this question bears answering. Why have you chosen to hold back?
What?
Your sword style and technique. It is the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade school, is it not? Popularized by the sword hermit, Yun Ka-Fai, it combines the best elements of other Eastern sword styles. Those who master any of its forms are referred to as a divine blade, and are said to understand the true nature of all things.
You certainly know an awful lot about it. I didn't think it was particularly renowned here in the Empire.
We of the Arcade School consider the studying of other swordsmanship styles to be an essential part of our training. In addition, my father once told me, if you follow the path of the sword, it is only a matter of time before you encounter a follower of the 8 Leaves.
Your father said that? It's an honor to be acknowledged by the Radiant Blade Master himself. I'm nothing special, though. I'm just a dropout who's never even been able to progress past beginner level. I did train under Master Ka-Fai for a while, but I started to feel like I couldn't go any further with my abilities, and he cut my training short.
What?
So I'm really not holding back. Honest, I actually kind of feel like I'm dirtying the good name of the 8 Leaf School, in fact. But this is my limit. I'm sorry I can't quite live up to your expectations. Laura?
You have no reason to apologize to me. This is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. Though I'll admit to some disappointment, I was hoping you'd prove to be a good sparring partner. I'm going to practice outside for a bit. Please go and finish your report with Elisa and Elliot.
I mean, you didn't have to be that dismissive.
There's a lot he doesn't want to talk about, huh? I can see in his eyes sometimes that he's bottling something up and trying really hard to keep anyone else from noticing.
You've noticed it too? You sure have taken quite an...
I was just
That's
trying to
not
work
what
out the
that
best time to
means,
apologize,
Elliot. Shut
that's
the
all.
fuck up.
It's not like I've been consciously paying attention to him.
Reen's not the only one bottling up his feelings, though, is he? You've been doing the same...
Yeah.
I do not want this to turn into romantic interest thing. I don't want that. It shouldn't be that, and I don't want it.
Ooh, you're moving up in the world.
Yay!
I've got a little reward here for you.
Received information as a plaque. Okay.
Drinks are on me someday.
I remember, God, there's this movie, I don't know what it was. There's this Little League baseball team, and they couldn't find a coach. So they found another person who was like, not disgusting and dirty, but he was like, oh, just have fun, whatever, right? And, anyway, here are your tasks for the day. The market manager left them with me. Thank you. What's up, sweetie? Huh, even fewer than yesterday. Maybe he gave us less work to do today because he knew we were going back to Trista today. Sounds about right. He is a very considerate man. The last train headed your way leaves around 9 tonight, so you get those done quickly enough. You can have dinner before you leave. Thank you very much. We greatly appreciate your kindness. Shall we get started then? Sounds good. Looks like today's tasks are all optional. Hey, Laura. I wanted to apologize for what I said to you yesterday evening. Huh? Reen? As I told you then, this is a matter you must come to terms with it on your own. It is not something for which an apology is required. No, that's not really what I mean. I want to apologize for making light of the way of the sword. What I said about being a dropout who's never been able to progress past beginner level was disrespectful. To Master Ka-Fai, to the school I follow, and to the path of the sword itself. And for those reasons, I feel it was inappropriate of me to say what I said. So, I am sorry. If that's the case, then there is one other person you should be apologizing to as well. I can't pretend to know much about your personal circumstances, but regardless of one's background or social standings, one should always be able to live with pride in him or herself. Thus, if you truly did make light of yourself and your own abilities, that is an act of shame for which you owe yourself recompense. Let me ask you a question, Reem. Do you like the path of the sword? It's not really a matter of liking or disliking it. I don't think. It's a part of my life, an inseparable part of who I am. That's all I wanted to hear. I feel exactly the same way. Laura. So you two are friends again then? Huh? Were we not? There was never any rift between us that I knew about. Indeed, this was all handled rather neatly, I felt. Both so small-minded. I feel like an idiot spending so much time trying to devise a plan to get the two of you to make up. What? You did what now? It would seem we've caused you undue concern. Jeez, can we just all forget this and move on? Looks like the ground dried up after the rainfall, so to speak. I'm sorry, sweetie. Glad to see you all becoming a bit less gloomy. Margot, we've got trouble. Big, big trouble. I'm glad there's no traffic. It's nice to have no traffic on a Friday. Slow down, Luis. Oh, should they? Okay. It's the first thing in the morning, so you're about poised to wake the dead. You're making such a commotion. Where have you been anyway? You're late. I'm sorry, I just caught up on the way here. But never mind that, we have big, big trouble. Something terrible happened over at the market. Something terrible, you say? What terrible thing happened, exactly? Well, it sounds like it actually took place last night. 2 of the stalls over the market were destroyed and all the merchandise was stolen. This is most terrible indeed. A robbery? Look at that NPC. He's like, I don't give no fucks. I'm gonna eat from my empty plate. Oh my. I suppose that means the market might be opening late today. Which means we could end up with more customers as people wait here for resolution. Luis, let's get this place ready. You got it. As for you four, this is our problem, not yours. You just focus on your field study and leave this incident to us locals. You have your own tasks to worry about after all. Of course. We'll be back later, thanks again. What should we do? I have to admit, I'm curious. It's not far, so we might as well just go take a look. Alright, let's take a slight detour and see what's happening at the market then. Alright, that was quite a bit of dialogue. Let's save here. Anyway, as I was talking about, there's this movie. There's this youth baseball team, whatever. They couldn't find a coach, so they found this other coach. This coach wasn't like disgusting or slimy, just he was more of a, just drink beer every day because I enjoy it. And he didn't look professional and pompous enough. One of the games he did in this movie, the team either lost or won. I forgot which one it was, but at the end of the game, he corralled all those little kids and said, all right, let's have some beer. And the prince's like, what? Right. He's like, it's non-alcoholic. Calm the fuck down.
It's my turn.
Right, of course.
So I just always think about, like, if you win, you're like, all right, I won, here's a beer. If you lose, you're like, alright, well, we lost. Let's have a beer. I know I was gonna say tell you another story, but I stopped because there was text and dialogue, and I forgot what story it was, so I am sorry. Can I do my quests now? Okay, so I need to go to the ceramic stall to get that, but I can go on the West Celtic Highway, which is that way. Ah, fine. I'm sorry. The Grand Market isn't quite open for business yet. Oh, it's the students from yesterday. Good morning. Opening late today after all, I see. Afraid so. Guess you already know about the robbery yesterday, huh? The two merchants whose stalls were destroyed are still arguing about it. You bastard! You're not gonna get away with this! Oh no. Not them. Manager came to try and break them up, but he doesn't seem to be having much luck. I hope no one ends up getting hurt. What should we do, Reen? Maybe we could try talking to them. Considering everything that happened yesterday, you just might be the cavalry we need right now. Would you mind? Not at all. Let's go. How dare you destroy my stock, you damned coward. I knew you country folk weren't to be trusted. Who else could it have been? Just complained and admitted already. Who are you calling a coward, you high-and-dry snob? You're the one who wanted my spot all for yourself. Calm down, gentlemen, please. Playing all innocent and trying to paint me as a bad guy here? Oh, you make me sick. What do you say we settle this right here and now? Bring it on! Hold it. It's... you kids again. Keep your noses out of this. I'm gonna make him pay for smashing my stall. Smashing? Whoa, they're all completely ruined. This is awful. However, harming one another is not going to bring them back. In the end, they will still be smashed, and you'll be worse off. But this anger isn't gonna go away unless I do something. He took all my goods too, so I have not got anything to sell. What are you talking about? You were the one who stole my goods. Oh, and you're going to give them all back right now and fix the damage you did to my stall, or else I can't be held responsible for my actions. This isn't good. I don't think they're even listening to a word we're saying. What do we do? Stop this at once. The provincial army. What? What is the meaning of this? It's the middle of the morning. Stop this nonsense immediately. But I believe you are the one in charge here. I demand an explanation as to what has transpired. Oh, you see. The market manager explained to the provincial army officer what had happened the previous night. I see. The solution is simple then. Men, take them away. Yes, sir. What? What do you mean, take us away? 2 stalls were destroyed. 2 sets of goods were stolen. The truth is clear as day. 2 merchants in the midst of a heated disagreement committed the same crime at the same time. But that's not fair. Do you think it's premature to draw such a conclusion without any investigation? The provincial army doesn't have time to waste solving petty squabbles of merchants. But I'm not an unreasonable man. Cease your dispute and you'll be left alone. Continue and you come with us. The choice is yours. They're trying to force both merchants to forget this ever happened. To sweep the whole ordeal under the rug. Yeah, something about this seems really wrong. Very good then. I'm sure you can agree that wasting time on shenanigans like this is detrimental to all parties involved. I hope you'll think twice before causing such a ruckus ever again. Now, if you'll please excuse us, I'm a busy man and I have more pressing matters to attend to. My microphone is being hurt, right? Do. Fuck, my hair caught on that. They did it. Yes. What do you mean they? Oh, the kids? I mean, they did something. There they go. Well, I guess they did stop those two from fighting. God fucking damn it. There's a USB. Oh my god! Fuck. Plug this USB into the controller. Yep. But they did nothing to solve the underlying problem. This isn't right. I see now how the provincial army here conducts itself. I'm sure that both of you are still pretty angry about this. But right now, the two of you need to focus on keeping a cool head. If you have time to fight, try to use that time for something more productive instead. You'll feel a lot better. Yeah, I shouldn't have let my anger take control of me like that. We can't open the Grand Market for business until we've cleared up all these busted stalls. And we're already running late, so I hate to ask, but would you all mind lending me a hand? Market Manager Otto, with assistance from the merchants of the market, cleared away the remains of the two stalls. And with the help of Reen and the others on top of that, the Grand Market was finally able to open for the day, albeit behind schedule. Yes. Oh, are you thinking so? Eyes? Yeah, that's right. I think you're right about that, sweetie. That they did it. And they probably did it. Yeah, I think you're right. Thanks to you four, we were able to open the Grand Market for business today without incident. I can't even begin to tell you how grateful I am. There's no need for that. We barely did anything. I'm just glad no one got hurt. All the more reason to thank you. Okay. A merchant's stall is his livelihood. Any action taken against it can throw him into a blind rage, and it's hard to bring someone back from that. It would seem the problems facing the merchant in this town are quite grave indeed. The provincial army may have intervened, but it's difficult to believe they'd make no attempt to find an amicable solution. Quite right. It's clearer than ever now that they have no intention of trying to resolve any issues involving the market. And I can't see that changing unless we decide to just accept the sales tax increase and keep quiet about it. Still, you'd think they'd at least be a little more subtle about the whole thing. There's no way those two merchants are just going to accept this and move on. No, I don't suppose they will. And if word gets out about this, it's not inconceivable for certain groups of people to begin boycotting the marketplace. Something definitely has to be done. I'm just not sure what. Is something wrong, Reen? You're awfully quiet. Are you feeling unwell? Sir, I have a favor to ask. Would you consider allowing us to investigate this morning's incident? What? Are you suggesting that we attempt to find the perpetrator who destroyed the merchant stalls ourselves? It's a kind offer, but as I said yesterday, this is our affair, not yours. You're students. You have your own studies to worry about, and I wouldn't feel right interfering with them. Oh my god, voice, stop it. We're students training for the military, though. We're students training. We're students training for the military, though. We can't just stand by and allow something so unjust to go challenged. It's the provincial army's responsibility to address this, sure, but they're shirking their duties here, and that reflects poorly on us all. But that's true enough, I guess, but do you really think we're up for something like this? I kind of have to wonder about that too. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just amateurs. We should at least check with Instructor Sarah first and see what she thinks. She's already told us, put your heads together and think, and I'm sure you'll see what you need to do. Her words. This seems like exactly the sort of thing she meant. At least it does to me. Oh? I see your point. Perhaps matters such as this may fall under the scope of our field study after all. Yeah, you do make a good case. I'm still not sure we're up to it, but I guess it can't hurt to try. Neither seek nor shun the fight. Very well, we shall do what we can. Are you really sure about this? I'm certainly not going to say no. I'm very concerned about the market and the safety of our merchants. So if you are 100% sure, I have to admit, I truly would appreciate anything you can do for us. Thank you, sir. We will do everything in our powers to find an answer for you. Just be careful. Don't go seeking out trouble. I don't want you kids being put in danger. We're dealing with a criminal who acts under cover of night. He may be capable of a lot more than just thievery and vandalism. Remember, I'm responsible for your safety. Oh, if anything were to happen for you, I couldn't even look Van Dyke in the eye anymore. We'll be careful, we promise. I know I will, at least. I probably need to be more careful than anyone else here. Now that that's settled, we should act quickly. Yeah, let's get this investigation started. Still working? Okay, it's still working. So first things first, we need to decide where to start investigating. The logical starting point would be at the Grand Market itself, the scene of the crime. Can't argue with that. We should probably get statements from those two merchants before anything else. Indeed, I anticipate they've calmed themselves by now, so perhaps we can get something a bit more substantial from them. Well, we still have to ascertain their innocence or guilt in the matter as well. We'll need to keep a close eye on the time, though. If we miss the last train toward Heimdall, we'll have no way of getting back to the academy today. Plus, we've been given other tasks too, and I'd really like to get them done. In short, we need to keep moving. Our deadline is 9 p.m. Let's use every minute we have to accomplish everything we possibly can. Understood? You bet. Right. Am I dealing with time now? I wouldn't think I would be dealing with time. Is time a thing in this game? I don't think it's a thing in this game. Is it? Right, because if they weren't involved in the crime, they would have tried to, defuse the situation in a better way and figure out what was going on. Oh my god! Why can't I just do my side quests? What? Because the armor was like, either get locked up or stop. Yeah, that makes sense. It is. Totally is. I had to think. I was ecstatic to finally participate in the famous Celtic Grand Market. What did I ever do to deserve this? Excuse me? You! I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to see me acting like that. I hope you can forgive me for my inappropriate behavior. He seems really down. It's quite understandable. He's a merchant in a busy market, unable to do business. So what brings you here? Do you need something from me? Well, actually. Rian explained that he and his classmates were investigating the truth behind what had happened the previous night. You're, investigating? That's right. And we'd really appreciate it if you could answer a few questions for us. You may be able to help us find the true culprit. I suppose it can't hurt. That's better than doing nothing, at least. You don't have to sound so pessimistic. Well, can you blame me? You're students at a military academy. You're not exactly ace detectives. This is true, but we're still determined to find out who did this. We may even be able to recover your goods. Cooperating with us could prove quite fruitful. Alright, fine. I never said I wouldn't help you, did I? I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say, though it's not like I saw anything worth mentioning. You didn't? As soon as I made sure my stall was ready to open the next morning, I left everything set up and went home. The other merchants around here can vouch for that. Guess I shouldn't have left the stall unattended, though. By the time I got in, it was too late. The deed had been done. So by morning, the stall had already been destroyed and your goods stolen? Come to think of it, what goods were stolen exactly? Oh, I have a sample with me, actually. An accessory? Is this a brand that's popular in the capital? Been a real hit lately, yeah. I was hoping to bring the fad here by selling them at the market. But this is the only one I have left now. I dread to think how much money I lost in a single night. That damn coward sabotaged my business. It's much too early to be jumping to conclusions. Do you have any evidence that proves his culpability? No, but he's clearly the prime suspect. He was so against the idea of taking turns sharing the spot with me, he decided he'd destroy my stall altogether. I just know it. I'm going to get him to give me my goods back no matter what it takes. Really? The only games I've played with kids that try to act like detectives really has been this and Trails in the Sky. Please try to stay calm. You do know that if you cause any more trouble, the provincial army will arrest you, right? Well, yeah, I know. But it's a matter of justice. I can't just act like nothing ever happened. It's wrong on a general principle. I'm begging you, please get my goods back, whatever it takes. Well, I can't promise success, but I swear to you we'll do everything we can. That much I can promise. I think that's everything this merchant knows. Let's try to question the other one. Right. Oh look, we have a music person here. That's tight. I need... ceramic stone, I'll tell you more. Lizzie, where are you? No, I want to go left. You're not here, because I haven't done enough of the main story yet. God fucking damn it. Oh no, you're Lizzie. Hello, Lizzie. Excuse me, would you happen to be Lizzie? That's correct. Does that make you the students from Thor's who the market manager said would be coming then? Yep, that's us. We came to see you about the request you sent in. Could you explain the situation to us in full? Of course. I happened to come across someone's wallet by my store yesterday, you see. I kept it with me in the hopes that they would come back to pick it up, but no one's come to claim it. As such, I'd like to ask you all for your help in delivering it back to its owner. Would you be able to do that for me? Yes, we'd be happy to help. Thank you. Here's the wallet that I found then. We'll be sure to take good care of it. I assume you've already inspected the contents. I did indeed. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything inside that could help to identify the owner. What exactly was inside anyway? Well, naturally, there was a mirror in it. I couldn't believe just how much was in there, though. The only thing was a train ticket to Heimdall that's scheduled for tonight. Sounds like the owner is a fairly well-off traveler, then. That's not much we can do with that as our only lead, though. I believe the train ticket is potentially our best lead. Yeah, but what should we do with it? Should we go and ask the station? Yes, considering it's for the train that leaves tonight, I imagine the owner is frantically searching for it. Which means they might have already been to the station themselves to ask about it. Let's head over to the station then. Sorry for your troubles, but I'm counting on you for this. I don't have enough money. Oh my god, you have to get so close to people to talk to them. Oh, what the hell am I supposed to do now? Excuse me, sorry to bother you, but we have a moment of your time. You're the kids from the military academy, right? Ugh. What do you want from me? I've got nothing to sell you, obviously. But even if I did have something to sell, I've got no place to sell. I'm basically ruined. And to top it all off, the provincial army and the damn merchant are acting like I'm the one who did it. These men are so immature. He's not taking this very well, is he? Or to blame him. But we need to see if he knows anything that might help us. Well, you see. Reen explained that he and his classmates were investigating the truth behind what had happened the previous night. You were investigating this mess, huh? Okay. So would you consider cooperating with us? Sure, why not? I'm not getting my hopes up, as I'm sure you can understand, but fuck it. Got nothing left to lose. Not exactly a vote of confidence. Hey, he's willing to cooperate. I say we cut him some slack and hear him out. So about last night, at that time that incident actually happened. Last night, huh? I don't know how much help I can be if that's what you're asking about here. See, I left the market right after arguing with the merchant yesterday, and I didn't come back till morning. I stayed over at my friend's place, another merchant, just got pissed drunk and ranted at him all night. And are you certain of this? Positive. Ask my friend if you don't believe me, he'll back me up. I wandered over here with an awful hangover this morning, and what I found gave me hell of a start. My whole stall in shambles. And as if that weren't bad enough, all the processed foods I was going to sell were just gone, without a trace. So the goods that were stolen were all processed foods? That's right, nuts, cheese, bacon. All foods that have a long shelf life made with local ingredients. Seeing all my stuff gone really sobered me up. It was like I hadn't been drinking at all. And that's when I went over to that fool's stall to make him pay for it. Why did you go straight to him? Because he was the one who did it, of course. He smashed my stall so he could have all that spot to himself. But that doesn't make any sense. If Heinz did it, then why was his stall destroyed too? He must have done that to himself. Probably figured if he destroyed his own stall, no one would believe he would be responsible. Sure, we can do that. Do you have a movie picked out? I don't know. That seems pretty unlikely. It's a bit excessive. While I understand your frustration, baseless accusations do no one any favors, and only cloud the true issue. Ugh. But it's so frustrating. I've lost so much money because of this. I might have to shut up shop for good. That is bad. If I could at least get my goods back, well, maybe I could salvage enough to stay afloat, but what are the odds of that? None of the other merchants saw anybody do anything. And the provincial army sure ain't about to help. Alright. No, I don't know what the library one is, I forgot. I'm finished. Pure and simple. All the hard work I've put in to get this far, this is how my dreams end for me. Well, I'll be honest, I'm not sure how much we'll actually be able to do for you, but we will do everything in our power to help you find some form of closure. So, cheer up, okay? I do appreciate that, but again, I ain't about to get my hopes up. Good luck, though. That's all the two victims of this crime have to say, it seems. What does everyone think? Oh, I can't be sure, but I really don't think either of them is responsible. Both merchants certainly have adequate motive to damage the other stall, but the chance of both committing the same crime on the same night without crossing paths is virtually nil. It's not impossible that they were just out to steal each other's merchandise, but I don't believe that's what happened. Both of them have alibis confirming. Sure. If it's by the TV, I'll take a look when I'm done, but yeah, we can watch it. Both of them have alibis confirming that they were somewhere else when the crime took place. I'm inclined to agree. I just can't see either of these merchants being responsible for what happened, so we're going to have to look elsewhere to find viable suspects. Where though? I mean, where could it have possibly been? It's impossible to say right now. We don't have any solid leads. We know who the culprit wasn't, but how are we supposed to start narrowing down who it was? The market itself seems unlikely to produce any further clues, so we should focus our attention elsewhere. Actually, there is one thing that's been bugging me. There's one group of people involved in this whole situation whose actions don't seem to make any sense. Maybe, if we can work out reasoning behind their strange behavior, we can come one step closer to finding our culprit. Who do you mean? I'm talking about the Provincial Army. They haven't done a thing to try to solve this crime, despite it happening right under their noses. And that begs the question, why not? The market manager said they refused to fulfill their role due to the tax issue, which means the Provincial Army could refuse to intervene in quarrels within the market as well. If that's the case, then why did they come and intervene this morning? Now that you mention it, that really doesn't make any sense. Their methods were atrocious, but the fact is they brought that dispute to an end almost instantly. They did get involved. Yeah, one minute they're refusing to do anything, then the next they're taking a stand. It's definitely suspicious. My point exactly. There's definitely something unnatural about the way they are conducting themselves. And since we have no other leads, what do you say we go to the Armory's guardhouse and take a look around? We might be able to learn something from them that could aid us in our investigation. That may be worth an attempt. The guardhouse isn't too far from here either. Let's head over and see what we can find out. My AP, okay. Finally. Can I now go and do my other quests? I guess we'll do this one first, unless we're not allowed to go in here either. Okay. After entering the station, they asked about whether or not there had been any inquiries in regards to lost property. Yes, there was an inquiry. The wallet seems to match the description we received too. Can I ask when the inquiry was made? I believe it was this morning. A young lady came along in a panic, claiming that she was at a complete loss without her wallet and its contents. From what I could tell, she seems to have been traveling alone too. I get why she would be in a panic then. Did she say anything that could lead us to her? She mentioned something about returning to the inn to do a thorough check, if I recall correctly. It's the Weathercock right down the street, you can't miss it. How convenient. We happen to be staying there ourselves. Right, let's go ask Margot. This one. Hey there, is something the matter? Do you have a moment? There's something we'd like to ask you. Reen explained the situation to Margot and asked if anyone had come along looking for a wallet. Oh, you're looking for Annabelle. Bad timing though, she just left. That's unfortunate, but we have a name now at least. That makes life a lot easier. True, all that's left now is to actually meet with her. She mentioned she'd be searching at the rest area in the Grand Market next, so you'll want to head there. Make sure you return it to her, okay? We will, let's go. Right. This way. Excuse me, you wouldn't happen to know if a young lady came in here searching for her wallet, would you? She was indeed here a few moments ago, but she's gone now. Do you know where she went then? Unfortunately not. She did mention something about having no choice but to rely on Adios now, though. Does that help you out at all? I think there's only one place that could be. Shall we make our way to the church then? Yup, that seems like our best bet for now. On to the church. You must be Annabelle. Hello, Annabelle. Oh, Adios, please have mercy on my poor soul. I simply cannot believe this. How am I supposed to live on having lost one near in a place like this? Looks like we found her. The tragic heroine act. Made it kind of obvious. Unfortunately, we'll have to interrupt her. Excuse me? Just who are all of you? Well, you can turn right around if you plan to rob me. I no longer have any... Please calm down. We just want to ask you something. Are we correct in assuming that you are Annabelle? I am. Thought so. You wouldn't happen to recognize this wallet, would you? That's not how you do that. They showed Annabelle the wallet. That's my wallet. Where did you find it? Well, you see. Oh, thank you so much. I'm surprised to hear that a merchant from the Grand Market kept it safe for me however. Kindness remains within people's hearts after all, it would seem. Looks that way, yeah. Regardless, I'm very grateful that you found it for me. Is there any particular amount that you'd like in return? You can take half of what's currently in here if you'd like. I don't think we can accept that. Your thanks alone are enough. Oh, I see. Well, how about this then? I purchased it as a souvenir at the Grand Market before the Great Wallet Search began. Received a piker plush. I got a plush. I see no reason you can't accept that. In fact, I insist. I hope you find it useful. Thank you. We gracefully accept then. You're very welcome. Thank you again for finding my wallet. I don't know why I made her voice like that, but that's fucking what happened, so we're rolling with it. So you managed to find the owner after all, then? Oh, thank goodness. I really can't thank you enough. I'm glad we could be of help. Please excuse us then. And what exactly is that item? HP plus 100, defense plus 5, and ADF plus 5. A plush of a strange yet lovable creature. Smells oddly sweet. Alright, everyone, that is it for today. What did we get done today? We did a lot of story. We finally got to the point where we can see some social political stuff happening, right? The Duke of the place was raising the taxes, and he told the provincial army, hey, don't actually intervene in shit until they accept the sales tax increase. Of course, then we also want to be mad at the Duke for increasing the sales tax, but well, what if somebody else is doing something behind the scenes and is forcing him to increase the sales tax price? Who knows? But we're now just starting to get into the pull of the story of, oh, something is happening. Why is the army, which is supposed to make lives of people better, being a dick? And now we're trying to figure that out. And is anyone streaming Trails of Cold Steel? Let's find out, shall we? Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. No, I am the only one streaming Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. So that is it. Well, everyone, I hope you had a fantastic day today. Come join me next time, and we will continue the story of Trails of the Cold Steel by talking to the guardhouse, and hopefully then maybe finally being able to do my other quest. Lurkers who are lurking, thank you so very much for lurking. Watchers who are watching, thank you so very much for watching. Bots who are botting, thank you so very much for botting. Love you all, and I'll see you all tomorrow, next time